Welcome to a restorative yoga practice for when you're feeling under the weather. Today is all about being cozy and allowing our body to rest and heal. Today's props will need 2 bolsters, 2 blocks, 3 blankets, 1 strap, a pillow, and an eye covering. Take a moment to gather your props, and I'll meet you on the mat. Now that we have gathered all of our props, let's begin to get settled in to a seated position. Close the eyes or let the gaze fall down in front of you. Tune in to your breath. Maybe you find some congestion, some sniffles. Just work with your breath in this moment. And see if you can slow the breath down. Working to elongate your inhale and exhale even slower. Whatever breath is accessible to you in this moment. We'll sit here in a quiet meditation, tuning in to our breath. Gently blink open the eyes and let's come into our first restorative yoga posture. Grabbing a blanket and folding it into a square fold. Placing the blanket in the middle of our mat in a diamond shape. Coming to sit on our blanket for wide angle forward fold. The tip of the blanket is pointed down towards your mat in between the legs. Let's grab a bolster, placing it in a kickstand position. Bring the forehead down to the short edge of the bolster. This kickstand can come in to sit up tall or come out if you want to be more forward. Find what feels good, play around, don't be shy or hesitant to adjust. This is your time, your practice. Once you find that comfortable position where your body can just sigh into the posture, release the hands down to the shins. Find your breath. Gently come back into the body. Hold on to the bolster and let's gently roll the head from side to side, using the bolster to massage along the brow bone, helping to massage our sinuses and our worry lines of our forehead. Then gently release the head and neck, rolling up nice and slow, pushing that bolster out from under us. Moving with softness and ease, come off your blanket and let's set up for our next posture. Coming in to prone twist. We will need at least one bolster. If you feel like you need more support here, you can always add another bolster. We will bring it lengthwise on the mat and sit with your knees and legs in a Z sit or a 45-degree angle, letting the top leg rest on that bottom ankle. Take that blanket that we use to sit on and put it in between the legs to offer some cushion or padding for the knees and ankles. I'm wanting a little extra support today, but not as much support as two bolsters on top of the other. So I'm going to be placing a folded blanket. I'm also going to use a soft pillow. I have this wonderful pumpkin pillow, which is my favorite, and using it for my head and neck at the top of my bolster. I have my bolster here a little bit more forward instead of directly out to the side, so I don't have to twist open as much. I'm feeling a little sore from being under the weather, and my body isn't able to move as much today. So again, this is your time, your practice, if you want to play around with the angle of the bolster. Twist from the hips, twist from the core, turning our core and chest to face our bolster. Walk the hands on either side, letting the torso and chest come down to rest on our bolster. At this time, you can turn to face the knees or turn away from the knees for a twist all the way up through the neck and head. Close the eyes and tune in to our breath. Becoming quiet and settling in to that breath. First, turn the head to face the bolster. Then, drag the hands underneath you and begin to roll up, sitting up sideways, coming up off your bolster. Hold on to the blanket, turn onto your seat, and roll over to the other side, adjusting the props as needed. Turn the torso and chest, walk the hands over the bolster, and then turn the head onto one cheek, settling in, closing the eyes, tune in to your breath once again. Once again, gently turn the head to face the bolster. Drag the arms, hands back underneath you and begin to roll up, sitting up sideways. I'm going to roll back over to face the screen, setting my blanket off to the side, undoing all the props from this position. Now let's set up for our final relaxation. We will find our way into our final relaxation using a majority of our props. If you want to pause here and let me demonstrate before you create your own little nest with the props you have available to you. First, let's find our blanket, placing it square on our mat, and then two bolsters, one at the bottom lengthwise and one at the top lengthwise. Yoga strap, throw it towards the bottom, and then our two blocks. One block on medium height underneath our top bolster, creating a ramp. I like to kind of push on my bolster, make sure it feels secure. Same thing on this bottom edge. Placing it under our block. Now, take our strap, create a secure loop, keeping it loose for now, and we will loop it over our bolster. You can see here it is wrapped around my bolster. Placing that off to the side, I'm going to grab my little pillow for my head, make sure I have my eye covering, and one blanket to cover up with. This is also an optional. If you have an extra fourth blanket, you can create little arm rests by folding it and placing it at the bottom of your top bolster. Again, your time, your practice. Begin to get settled in to our final relaxation. Loop your legs under your strap and then begin to tighten the strap down so that your legs aren't strapped so tight it's uncomfortable, but tight enough that they feel secure. Cover yourself up. Then begin to roll down onto your bolster, making any adjustments, wiggling and settling in. I invite you here to cover your eyes and cover up, get very cozy and comfortable. And the hands can come down to the sides, whatever feels comfortable for you. Once again, tune in to that breath. Surrendering to your practice, let your body become heavy. Letting your gaze fall down and in. Allow your body to rest. Allow natural healing to arrive. Surrender to your practice, to your props, and to your mat. Finding quiet stillness. I invite you to stay here as long as you need. The video will quietly play out. Thank you for practicing with me and for letting me be your guide today.